For most of our lives, vegetables felt like safety. We trusted their green promises without a second thought. But after 60, the rules quietly change. This story will show you how and why. I remember the morning the phone rang. My neighbor's voice was small, trembling. "He's not waking up," she said. Minutes later, I stood in a hospital corridor. The doctor said one word I could not forget: stroke. You know the feeling of believing in a simple truth. Eat plants, stay healthy. It is a truth that carried me for decades, until the day that truth met age, and everything shifted. This isn't fear-mongering. It's observation and hard lessons. Bodies change. So do reactions to familiar foods. What saved us at 40 can betray us at 70. Think of your body like an old house. The plumbing still works, but pipes narrow and rust. The wiring gets fickle in storms. Same appliances, different risk, so the same dinner can act differently overnight. We'll walk through 9 vegetables. Each one has a secret effect. Each one can be managed with care. You won't be told to stop eating them. You'll be told how to outsmart the risk. First, spinach, a superstar once. Now a two-faced friend. Oxalates bind with calcium. Together they can form tiny crystals. Imagine little grains gathering in narrow pipes. Over years they harden in narrow vessels. Blood slows, oxygen dips. A small clot does the rest. Timing matters with spinach. Morning and lunch are safer. Nighttime and supplements create storms. Ask your doctor about calcium. A handful daily can be fine. Next, broccoli. A bright green that loves your plate. Edge 1. Vitamin K. It talks directly to blood thinners. Consistency keeps medication predictable. Sudden changes can swing your blood chemistry. Too thick, too thin, neither is safe. If you take Warfarin, communicate. Moderation and routine are your shields. Keep broccoli steady, not sporadic. Romaine lettuce seems harmless, light, crisp, and comforting at dinner. But it pulls water quietly. In older adults, thirst signals dim. Dehydration hides until it matters. Thinner blood moves slowly through stiff vessels. Nighttime salads can make clots more likely. Enjoy Roma in daylight instead. Sip water when you eat it. Small shifts prevent big consequences. Raw carrots, the sweet crunch. They raise blood sugar quickly. You might think sugar from a vegetable is gentle, but evening spikes have hidden rebounds. Nocturnal hypoglycemia triggers stress hormones. Adrenaline tightens vessels in the dark. The result can be clot-friendly conditions. Pair carrots with protein or fat. Move them to daytime snacks. Small habits stabilize big rhythms. Garlic, nature's little doctor. It lowers pressure and thins blood. On its own, garlic heals. Combined with anti-coagulants, it amplifies effects. Supplements especially can push the edge. A clove at dinner is different from pills. Tell your physician about every supplement. Natural does not mean harmless. Respect garlic like a prescription. The tiniest silence can cost dearly. Onions bring flavor and warmth. Their magic relaxes and widens vessels. That sounds good, until it isn't. Excessive drops in blood pressure can follow, especially at night when the body is fragile. Cooked onions are gentler. Raw plates at bedtime risk swings. Shift onion-heavy meals earlier. Use them as flavor, not the main act. Balance is always the wiser chef. Corn tastes like childhood, but nutritionally it behaves like starch. Even fresh kernels can spike glucose rapidly. For many seniors, insulin response slows. A late spike invites a nocturnal crash. When sugar crashes, stress hormones roar. Vessels tighten and pressure fluctuates. That volatility favors clot formation. Pair corn with protein, not silence. Keep it for daytime, not bedtime. Asparagus, elegant and cleansing. It moves water out of the bloodstream. A gentle diuretic becomes a stronger force with age. Seniors often sleep in low hydration states. Blood volume shrinks quietly overnight. The combination with blood pressure meds matters. A small dinner of asparagus can ripple into risk. Enjoy it earlier. Drink water with it. Hydration is protective, simple, and powerful. Tomatoes are everywhere, beloved and versatile, but they carry compounds that can surprise. Histamines and tyramines unsettle sensitive systems. Acidity nudges electrolyte balance off course. In some, they mimic stroke-like symptoms. Nightshade reactions vary between people. Combine heavy tomato meals with caution, cook them to reduce some compounds, pair with mineral-rich foods to balance. A midday slice beats a midnight bowl. This list sounds alarming, I know, but it's not a ban list, it's a wisdom list for practice living. Understanding timing, pairing, and medication interactions matters. Small changes protect independence. Let me tell you a side story. Halfway through this journey, I met Ruth. She was 68 and sharp as paper. Ruth loved midnight salads. Her philosophy, fresh food, later dinner. One winter, Ruth woke confused. Her neighbor found her slow and slurred. Tests showed a small stroke overnight. Her routine was the culprit, the doctor said. Ruth had eaten a heavy raw salad before bed. Spinach, tomatoes, and garlic all in one. She took calcium and a low-dose aspirin. Her body was quietly overwhelmed. Months of rehab followed later. But Ruth rebuilt, and she learned fast. Ruth moved her salads to noon. She started tracking water intake. She read labels on supplements. She told other friends at church. A small shift saved a lot of tomorrow. This is what the side story teaches. You can change a tiny habit, and the body will repay that change. It is never too late to adjust. Practical choices compound into safety. So what rules matter most? First, time your vegetables earlier. Morning and lunchtime are your safest windows. Second, pair wisely with proteins and fats. They slow digestion and steady glucose. Third, hydrate intentionally around diuretic vegetables. Fourth, always disclose supplements to your doctor. Garlic pills and blood thinners are not private matters. Fifth, keep vegetable intake consistent when on Warfarin. Avoid week-to-week swings. Sixth, watch for subtle morning warnings. Dizziness, fog, or small weakness often precede larger problems. Seventh, when in doubt, cook it gentle. Cooking often mellows reactive compounds. Eighth, avoid heavy tomato or corn meals at night. Ninth, remember, context beats dogma. Food is not inherently good or bad. Timing, medication, and age change everything. We adapt by learning new rules. Wisdom grows with experience, not fear. Think of these changes as upgrades. They preserve mobility, speech, and memory. They protect the mornings you want to keep. You deserve dinners that support independence. And you deserve mornings full of clarity. If this story landed like a knock on the head, good. Let that knock become a question. Ask your doctor about supplements. Ask about the best time for your favorite vegetables. Bring a list of what you eat nightly. Ask about Warfarin or any blood thinner. Ask whether your kidney function has shifted. Small tests offer big guidance. Information beats anxiety every time. And actions grounded in knowledge bring peace. Now picture your plate tomorrow. Bright colors at noon. Comforting. Gentle dinners in the evening. A glass of water beside every night salad. Conversations with doctors and pharmacists. This is not a loss of pleasure, it is a redesign of joy. You keep flavors, textures, and memories, but you add safety and longevity. You get more mornings to love. Remember Ruth. Her midnight salads are now midday celebrations. Her laughs return steadier than before. Her story is ordinary and full of lessons. It could be yours too. If this narrative moved you, act now. Check your supplement list tonight. Move one vegetable to lunch tomorrow. Drink one extra glass of water with dinner. Tiny acts, big returns. And if you want to keep learning with Ageless Golden Years, subscribe. Because every story we share helps shape safer mornings. We will bring practical rules, not panic. We will honor flavor and protect independence. Subscribe and join us for the next lesson.